Good morning, Hollydale heroes. Welcome back to school. Hope you guys had a great Wednesday. It is a wonderful Thursday morning for learning. And I just remembered, do you know what today is? Do you know what today is? Do you know what today is? You're looking at each other like I'm going crazy. I'm not going crazy. Look at the screen. Can you tell what today is, what we are celebrating today? Listen to how I just asked you the question, or the exclamation point, or the statement. If you said, oh my goodness, today must be National Punctuation Day, you are exactly right. Give yourself a hand. Writers, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I introduce you today to the punctuation people. We have comma in green. We have period in yellow. We have exclamation point in red and question mark in blue. Give them a hand this morning. Boys and girls, writers of all ages, you must know the punctuation people, and today is a day worthy of celebrating because our writing must have punctuation. At the end of every sentence, there must be a punctuation mark, and you know that already. And where would we be without punctuation, right? So go with me for a second to a classroom with Mrs. Barber and Mrs. Jones. They are going to show you what social distancing is going to be like in the classroom when you come back to school face to face. At the beginning of the video, put your eagle eyes on and look for a punctuation mark. I promise you, you will find one. See you in.
All right, Hollydale heroes, we're going to take a visit in a classroom today to see what things look different and what things look the same. This is Senora Taraba's classroom in 3rd grade. So we're going to take a view of what it looks like. Come on in. Let me put my mask on. One of the things you might see when you walk in a classroom is you might see spaces on the floor that show you where to stand when you're lining up, and this is to help us keep us Hollydale strong, to keep us separated as we are lining up. So that's one thing you might see that's different. Another thing you might see that's different is you have your learning zones. Each person will have a learning space at a table, or you may have a different learning space in your own classrooms. Your teachers will go over all of this with you when you return on October 5th. They'll show you where to sit and what areas are your spaces. Something else you might see that's a little different, you might see that we have some spaces that you can't use. There might be some tape or some other things there to block off a space to show that you need to keep distance between you and another person. Something that's the same is we are going to have learning resources in our classrooms. The thing that's different about that is that each person will have their learning resource bag, and those bags are your personal bags. So you won't be sharing crayons or pencils or books or anything like that. You'll have your own learning resource bag. Over here, let's take a look at Mr. Taraba's teaching space. He would still have a teaching table. He's just going to have some space marked off for when students come to work with him.
That's great.
Yes. Something else you might see in your classrooms is another space for teaching, and this is where Mr. Taraba would still continue to teach his online lessons for students who are still learning at home during remote learning. So you may see a space set up just like this, where he will have 2 different teaching spaces. The other thing you're going to see in your classrooms are hand sanitizing spaces. There's hand sanitizer in each of your classrooms, and that's to help keep us Hollydale strong and Hollydale safe. We want to make sure that we are using that hand sanitizer each day.
Did you see an exclamation mark? Yes, you did. At the beginning of Senior Taraba's door, it says welcome in Spanish with an exclamation point. So please know that our punctuation marks are so super important, definitely worthy of being celebrated. And hopefully you enjoyed the video. Boys and girls, it is going to be super different when we come back to school. But again, we will enjoy being back together because we are what makes us Hollydale Strong, the people. And so this video is going to be available on our YouTube channel. If you would like to go and check out all the other videos we've been showing you this week as many times as you'd like, please feel free to do that. And I am going to leave you with one last thing. Here is our favorite punctuation marks, or should I say Miss Ridgway's favorite punctuation marks? The exclamation point is saying to the question mark, must you question everything? And then, of course, the question mark is saying, why are you always yelling? Oh my goodness, boys and girls, without punctuation marks, where would we be in this world? It would be very boring, right? Have a great day of learning. The time is 8 o'clock, and it's time for morning meeting. See you tomorrow.